Hello, everybody, and welcome to day 2 of the Pioneer Masters Arena Open. This is high stakes draft. If we can get to 3 or 4 wins in this best of 3 draft we're playing now, we'll qualify for the second draft of day 2, where we'll be drafting for up to $2,000 in cash. So it's high stakes. Everyone's trying their hardest. There's a lot of good players in here, and let's get started to see how we do. Okie doke, Q is firing. If you do enjoy this video or you want to see day 1 of my run in this event, you can find the run on my channel, and you can also hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback to let me know you do enjoy this sort of high stakes magic. I'm also streaming this live on Twitch, so if you do want to catch the fun, the action live, then you can do that at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. Yeah, if you want to support my content, you can do so at Patreon, or you can just enjoy the show, comment, and it's always fun just chatting with you folks in general. But yeah, there's some cool extra bonuses on the Patreon as well. But normally I'm the last one to hit the join button, and we're ready to go. It doesn't show when other people have hit the ready button in this one, so yes, we go, we ride. Okay, let's get a good one. Okay, our pack 1, pick 1 rare is Starfield of Nyx. It's not a card that I want to be playing in draft. It's more of a build around for if you have a bunch of enchantment stuff, if you have a bunch of self-mill. So it's a little bit too hard and finicky for me to want to build around pack 1, pick 1. Though it is a cool card from Magic Origins, I believe, which was one of my first sets. There's also Humble Defector, which is not a card that I'm a huge fan of. There's Scytheclaw Raptor as a 3-drop 4/3. Pretty reasonable card, but not one that I really like to first pick. A lot of the time it's just stats. Bane of Balaget, a bit expensive. Knightly Valor, not the best. I kind of like Wingsteed Rider, but it's not my favorite card either. Boundary Lands Ranger can be pretty solid. Evolving Wilds. Honestly, this pack is pretty bad. I might just take Evolving Wilds. Or Scytheclaw. I guess I will take Scytheclaw. 3 mana 4/3 is still no joke. There's a Boundary Lands Ranger. I'll take the Scytheclaw. I like this guy. Master of Waves, pick 2. Well, that's a card. Enters, you get a bunch of elementals. And then basically, if they don't kill Master of Waves, then you just... Like, if they kill Master of Waves, you lose all your elementals. But if they don't kill Master of Waves, or you can use the tokens for something, it's pretty solid. What else is there? There's Anchor to the Ether. It's kind of like a kill spell in blue. The Sphere of Safety, not particularly good. Akum Warrior is nice. Valakut Awakening. I'm not putting a lot of stock in this card because it wasn't particularly like insane as a first pick. Dreadbore is solid, but I don't want to go into 2 colors right off the bat. Cloudfin Raptor's fine. I think Anchor to the Ether and Master of Waves are the best 2 cards in this pack. Like, this card can just like win you the game because you kind of just get a bunch of... You can get like a decent amount of stuff into play and then make like 3 or 4 elementals. It's a lot of power and toughness for one card, even if they can go away if they kill it. So I think I will take that over the Anchor to the Ether. I don't really feel so connected to red that I'm going to second pick an Akum Warrior. Valakut Awakening is fine. But yeah, I think I would second pick the Anchor to the Ether. But ooh, Starfield of Nyx number 2. Yes, we are doing it. We could have done it. We could have gone all out. Oh, it's funny. There's like Jesse and Thief, and then Dragon Mantle's kind of a little combo with it because it makes the Jesse and Thief like bigger for a turn when you play it, and then you can like buff it up. There's Cloudfin Raptor, which is a combo with this because it has evasion. We could be going for the Dream deck. Extricator of Sin. I forget exactly what this does. Oh yeah, it's the sack of permanent, and you get a 3/2 when it comes in. And if there are 4 more types, then you can... It's just another permanent. You can sack lands. That's pretty reasonable. Honestly, this card seems okay. Like, you get a 3-mana 0/3, and a 3/2 if you sack a permanent. But then you can also get a 3/5 if you get to Delirium. I might just take Jesse and Thief, though. That card's also pretty good. Kind of like a game plan in and of itself. Play Jesse and Thief, kill their stuff. I really like that plan myself. And yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I think Ingenious Scab is also fine. Cloudfin Raptor's fine. Artisan of Forms. The thing to realize about this card is that it does stay forever. So if you target it with something, then you just get like a copy of something potentially big or important. So that's good to know. There's Experiment 1. There is Gore Claw. The thing about this card is kind of funny. So, it works with like Witch's Mark. I feel like we could make that work. I don't know if it's worth an early pick though. I mean, there's some good stuff in this pack. Gore Claw is pretty good. I really like Gore Claw. And then Dreadbore is pretty nice. We could even splash Dreadbore. I'm not really like connected to red right now. Red's not seeming that open. I'm just gonna take the Gore Claw. I like this guy. It's like a 5/4. When it attacks, because it's each creature and it has 4 power itself. Okay, I see. There's a Night Veil Spectre. There's a Treasure Cruise. There's an Azorius Charm. I tend not to love cards that force me to target my own things because I don't like playing the cards that target my own things that much. Here there's a Nyx Weaver as well. That card's pretty reasonable. But only if you really care about graveyard stuff. Azorius Charm is really good. Night Veil Spectre is really good. Guildgate's pretty reasonable. Stab Wound's not my favorite card. Treasure Cruise. There's not a ton of crazy things in this pack. I really like this card. And there is a chance that I play blue-black, so I'm just going to take it. I don't love the other options. I like Gust of Wind, but I like Pilgrim's Eye a lot as well, and it's very flexible. Rimrock Knight's pretty reasonable. Don't like the hybridization. The Ashen Rider's very expensive. Gust of Wind is pretty solid if you have some flyers to work with it. Like, I like Gust of Wind, and I like Pilgrim's Eye, but I'm just going to take the Pilgrim's Eye because I'm guaranteed to play it, and it's just a card that I'm very happy with at all times. Enables splashes. My deck is kind of a little unfocused at the moment. I could just take Gust of Wind. I could have just focused a little bit more on blue stuff, but Pilgrim's Eye is nice. There's the Gatekeepers. Draconic Roar. Target creature for 2 mana. Pretty good. I mean, that's just like a good card. Shifting back towards blue-red potentially. Night Veil Spectre also plays great with Master of Waves. Ubulsar Gatekeepers. Like, we could just take these. And then, like, take some gates. And then we have, like, a blue-black kind of deck. But I think Draconic Roar is pretty good. And getting 1 pick 7 is maybe a sign. Ooh, nice. Skyrider Elf. So this card mills me 3. I can put a non-creature non-land from the cards milled into my hand. Seems pretty reasonable. It's a 2-drop. I need a 2-drop. And blue is my main color at the moment. And it just sticks around for like Master of Waves synergies. There's Disciple. There's also Colony Ambush, which I like. Disciple of Phynax is okay, but it's a bit small ball because its body is not big. Yeah, I think we'll take this. Nivix Cyclops pretty late, but the blue-green card pretty late. We'll take Celindy Vision now. Don't mind getting one of those. Nivix Cyclops still in the pack. Honestly, reasonable card. I could see myself... I could, like, take a Nivix Cyclops. I don't really have a lot of cards that go well with it right now. I have 1 non-creature. I just like getting a Celindy Vision when I can. And I'm not even sure on my second color. I've got, like, a couple of blue cards, like 1 black card, a green card. I'm very flexible at the moment. So there's a Cloudfin Raptor. It's really the only color that I know that I want to play is the blue one. I control a couple gates, I draw a card. Read the Bones is pretty solid in some decks. Disciple is okay. Akum Warrior. I kind of want to take Read the Bones over Cloudfin. Like, Cloudfin's fine, but I'd rather just have a Read the Bones, I think. And then Akuma's fine as well. Genius Scab. Supernatural Stamina is kind of cutesy. But yeah, we'll take the Scab. Silumgar Butcher. I don't love Mizium Skin. But Butcher can be okay. You like sacrifice an Archaeologist, get some value. Playing one copy seems okay. Windrider Patrol. There's a Nyx Weaver as well, but at this point, pretty confident we're playing blue. There's an Asp as well, but we'll take the Patrol. Rabid Hybridization. Sure, we'll pass the black-green card last pick. And then we got a last pick Centaur. So blue-black could be a fine spot for us to end up. Stormtide Leviathan. That's kind of cute. It's 8 mana, though. Ultimate Price is a good kill spell. And then there's Essence Scatter. What's this one do again? Oh. So we get to bring stuff. We sacrifice something, but then we bring it back. And we bring something else back with it. I think we'll take Ultimate Price here over Essence Scatter. Essence Scatter's good. I would love Essence Scatter, but I like Ultimate Price. I don't like Rabid Hybridization. Even though we're like guaranteed to play blue and not 100% sure to play black, I just think this card's better. 2 mana kill something. Whoa, what are we working with here? Scourge of Valkus. So we deal 1 damage when it enters, and then it has fire breathing. Pretty solid card, honestly. I think I want to take Archaeomancer or Essence Scatter. I don't actually have a lot of instants or sorceries at the moment, so maybe Essence Scatter is better for the time being. Actually, I'm gonna get there on instants and sorceries, but I still think Essence Scatter might be better. 4-drop 1/2. You can't play too many of those. We're gonna have value plays. We'd rather just have good 2-drops. Stab Wound's not my favorite. So I love Scatter, so we're just gonna take that. Rurikthar. What a legend. Creature tokens get -1/-1. That's funny. I'm just gonna keep taking Essence Scatters. This card's gonna own me if I play against it, though, which is kind of funny. Stasis Snare, Quicken. We'll just keep taking Scatters. I like Scatter a lot. Yeah, baby. Murmuring Mystic is great. Fell Stinger wouldn't be bad. Murmuring Mystic is just fantastic. Just what I want. Sort of win cons, slow ball. Get him. We're seeing some red this pack. A little bit of blue. Blue seems very open. Wandering Fumarole. I love this land. It was in one of my first constructed decks that I played. Blue-red prowess. Very sweet card. Do I want to take it here, though? To try and splash, like... Because splashing red for Draconic Roar isn't, like, out of the picture. I could also just take Baleful Eidolon, which I probably will do. Because I could splash red for Draconic Roar. I could splash red for like a Dread Boar or something like that. And this card can still help me cast like Nightveil Spectre, which is pretty important. Or I could just get like a 2-drop Death Toucher, which I think is pretty good. And the Bestow's no joke. Like, Draconic Roar is not the sort of card that you would love to splash. You would much rather... Ooh, baby! Possessed Scab! I love it. I love it. I want some more of it. But the thing is, so if you're going to splash a removal spell, let's just do a little conceptual deep dive because we know we're taking this card. We have 30 seconds on our pick to talk about this. If you're going to splash a card, you'd much rather splash a card like Ultimate Price than Draconic Roar. Because Draconic Roar, one of the best parts about this card is that on turn 2, you can kill their 2-drop with it and not feel that bad because it's a deal 3. So like in the late game, it's not going to kill their 7-drop most of the time. Whereas Ultimate Price can often kill their 7-drop for 2 mana, which is one of the reasons it's so good. And it makes it a better splash card because if you top deck it late, it's more likely to kill their important card. That being said, there is some downsides to Ultimate Price, but that's just like as a general concept. Okay, Devour Flesh or Cloudfin. I'd rather have Devour Flesh, even as just a sideboard card, I think. This isn't the sort of tempo-y aggro deck that really cares about Cloudfin Raptor. I could also take Golgari Guildgate in case they pick up some of those Gate Matters cards. But I'll just take this in case I need some extra interaction. Gust of Wind is nice. I have a couple flyers with the that guy, and Mystic can make flyers, and this is a flyer, and I think this card's just a really nice addition. Quicken's fine. This card's funny because in some constructed formats there have been mono blue decks that just like can't beat this card, which is hilarious. You're just like mono blue's good, and you just see four of this in a sideboard, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Yes, Essence Scatter wheeled. I'm in the right colors. Let's go. Essence Scatter wheeling is actually insane. Like, I almost took this card over the ultimate price that I ended up taking. I have no regrets over taking the... maybe I have some regrets over taking this over the Archaeomancer. Though, if I wheeled Essence Scatter, maybe I'll wheel Archaeomancer. But, like, my 2-drop slot is now, like, relatively sorted. And the thing about Essence Scatter that's really easy to... Oh my gosh, I did wheel the Archaeomancer. Nobody else is playing blue. I'm a genius. Yes! And Archaeomancer is good with my Master of Waves. Yes! Oh my gosh, we are doing it. Solundi Vision number 2. One of the things I love about having 2 of these cards is then you can kind of like go like, okay, I'll play 2 Solundi Visions and cut an island. And then you just get to have less odds of Mana Screw and also less odds of Mana Flood. I'm just going to take the Cloudfin, I think. The odds of me... I could play red still, I guess. And the Akum Warrior is better than the Cloudfin Raptor. Especially in this deck where I don't have a lot of creatures. Sure, we'll just take the Urban Evolution. This deck is looking great. Ooh, another Solundi Vision. Okay, pack 3. Somebody took Stormtide Leviathan over Essence Scatter is what I'm now realizing, right? Oh no, the first pick was Ultimate Price, but somebody took the Stormtide Leviathan. That's kind of wild. Okay, Erebos. Your opponents can't gain life and I can pay 2. It's not the greatest card. I'll say that much about it. If you can't consistently make it a creature, which I certainly can't, I don't think Erebos is actually insane. Because, like, it's a very expensive card advantage engine, especially in terms of life, and oftentimes the biggest weakness of this sort of deck is that you don't have the life to work with. Like, sure, if I play my Night Veil Spectre, I can get it done, but, like, Read the Bones versus Erebos, like, I'd rather play Read the Bones, I think. So I think I'm just going to take Essence Scatter. I don't think I finished my point about Essence Scatter that I was going to make earlier, so I will finish that now. The thing about Essence Scatter, and one of the reasons it's so good, is because it scales so well into the game. So if you have this on turn 2, you can counter their play, but if you have it on turn 10, you can also counter their, like, play. And so, like, in the late game, when they top deck their useless 2-drop, then you end up in pretty good shape. Yeah, Twitch chat points out paying 6 mana and 6 mana pay 2 life draw a card seems abysmal. Yeah, it's abysmal, but if you have like if instead of all these blue cards, it was like a bunch of black creatures, like if you can actually have a 5/7 indestructible some percentage of the time, it's a lot better. Obnix's Cruelty is really just what I want. You want kill spells to supplement your Essence Scatters for when they do get a card into play past them, and every instant in sorcery is good with the Solundi Vision. And yeah, Obnix's Cruelty is great. I would play a Treasure Cruise. I'd be happy playing it. And I think we don't really need to worry as much about our win cons right now, because we are going to be able to win the late game a lot of the time. Here we're going to just take Possessed Scab. I would love to wheel... I would play Dreadhound, I think. This card's good. I would play Anchor to the Ether. It's another good like removal spell for 3 mana. And I would definitely play Archaeomancer. For now, though, Possessed Scab is like just what we're looking for. It can get back important creatures. If we mill something, it's good. It can get back like our Murmuring Mystic, our Master of Waves, and it's just the perfect card for our deck. We're not going to take the risk of it not wheeling. Someone could totally snap that up just to splash it. There is a Silumgar Butcher. We already have one of these, and I'm not even sure how good that one is in our deck. So I think we might take Nimbus Naiad. Nimbus Naiad is a really nice addition because it can help you punch through in the games where they like have a bunch of like random ground creatures, but like nobody can attack. And it plays really well with Jesse and Thief, and sometimes you just like want that kind of effect. Gust of Wind, Master of Waves. Yeah, I think I'll take the Nimbus Naiad here over the Silumgar Butcher. I don't really like Mizium's Skin, as I already established. And this is also just like a good sideboard card. Silumgar Butcher is like not a crazy card, especially in my deck that doesn't have a ton of creatures. So this is discard your hand, search your library for 3 cards, put them into your hand, then shuffle. That's 7 mana though. There is a Tomebound Lich. Draw a card, then discard a card. And then there's a Philology Archaeologist. So I'm not even sure which one's better. Death Touch Lifelink is pretty nice. And draw a card, discard is good. And then there's also the Archaeologist. I'm a big fan of the Archaeologist. I think it's just going to be better for me. Like, this card is going to be functionally similar to a Baleful Eidolon a lot of the time. I think this is going to be better. And now I get another cruelty. This card's like technically a 2-for-1, but I don't really need 2-for-1s. I've already got 2 possessed scabs and an Archaeomancer, and I'm going to be fine in card advantage, I think. I've got Read the Bones, but the Archaeologists are going to give me value. I just want to have more removal spells that I like can find with all my stuff. There's an undead guy. Maybe I would play that. Hopefully I'm not confusing you by like having all the cards pretty small, but it's helping me think about what my deck needs and stuff like that. I think I'll take the Undead Butler. I might not even main deck it. I might just sideboard it, but I don't think this card's particularly great. I think I will sideboard it. It's not like the greatest main deck card for me. Oh my gosh, Notion Thief? That would be so funny if I did that to somebody. Oh my gosh, that would be funny. Oh my gosh, I kind of want to take the Kraken. I think Kraken's pretty solid. I'll take the Death Touch guy. That was a good pack, though. It had the Kraken, it had the Notion Thief. Oh my gosh, I got the Treasure Cruise back. Perfect. Treasure Cruise is really good with the Archaeologists, too. I think playing one of these is pretty reasonable. I got the Archaeomancer back. This is a great Treasure Cruise deck. I think Shipbreaker Kraken is like a fine like top end card for this deck. Another Read the Bones for certain matchups. I'm not going to main deck 2 of them though. Okay, this deck has so many options. I could have taken Notion Thief just as a sideboard tech. Like, because in some matchups, if they're going to draw cards, but a lot of the card advantage, you realize, is stuff like Possessed Scab or Archaeomancer, where they're not even drawing the cards. Okay, I don't think I want to play Return Centaur #1, but like that is a decent card if I'm playing some self-mill stuff. I also like having one big creature sometimes because it can be useful to just have access to. Okay, so one thing we know, we're not playing a lot of these cards, so we're going to cut the bad cards first, so we're not going to play that. I'm probably not going to play the Wind Rider or the Butcher. I don't think I'm going to main deck Read the Bones. Because my main Nightmare matchup is like aggro decks. I'm not going to main deck Devour Flesh. And then I'm going to cut 2 of those. Because I'm mostly going to play Celindy Vision as a land. So now I have 3 Celindy Visions. And also I can find them off of the Archaeologist, which is pretty cool. So I have like 18 lands, and then these 2 drops help me find more lands. I've got a lot of kill spells, and I have this Pilgrim's Eye, so I think I'm going to be fine on the land count. And then I'm going to be harder to flood because I have 3 of these anchoring me. And I can always cast Night Veil Spectre on turn 3, which is great. So I've got, how many instants and sorceries? I've got 10 instants and 2 sorceries. Archaeomancer's great here. Everyone in Twitch chat is wishing me luck, and it's very kind of them. Okay, what am I missing here? What do I really not care about? I don't really care about Ingenious Scab, if I'm being honest. Like, that card is solid, but it's not, like, doing a crazy amount for me. I think having Shipbreaker Kraken at the top end is nice. It might not even be necessary, but I think it's probably good to just have. I could see myself cutting Baleful Eidolon and Ingenious Scab as my last 2 cuts. And then, like, these other cards all kind of perform their roles pretty well. I've got a really good control deck. I can keep stuff off the board. Master of Waves seems solid. Making a few tokens. I could also see myself cutting Baleful Eidolon for just like a random Ingenious Scab. I've got a lot of 2-drops, like 6 2-drops, but I think a 7th one is nice. And Death Touch is pretty good. It scales into the game decently well. I just don't think I really care about these other cards that much. So yeah, I think I will run it like this, and then I'll be very open to making sideboard changes, as we saw yesterday when I was doing tons of great sideboarding. I think there's going to be the build. I could see cutting Treasure Cruise as well for another creature, but it just seems pretty good with double Archaeologist. So I'm going to keep it for now, and I will see you folks in the games. Before I get to the games, I want to give a huge shout out to all of the patrons who support my channel at patreon.com youtube.com/NicolaiBolas. If you have been enjoying my videos, they've been maybe helping you win more, have more fun playing Magic the Gathering, maybe you've gotten a couple of extra booster packs at your FNM, then Patreon is a way to give back to the channel and help it continually grow and thrive. You gain access to some cool bonus resources and things like that, like my format thoughts documents, my card by card tier lists, and basically Patreon is the way to help me continually make high quality content on a consistent basis. I want to give a special shout out to those patrons who support at the credits level. I really do appreciate all of you. And without further ado, let's get to the games. Welcome to round one. We are on the play. This is still the sort of deck that wants to be on the play. We will definitely keep this. And we will lead with this tapped. It's important to remember, like, even though we have like some lands here, our deck can use our mana pretty effectively. So we're playing against a green deck. Blue-green. Okay. I feel like I have a good blue-green matchup because I have a really good late game. I'm walking into their Essence Scatter here. Because if they don't have Essence Scatter, this is really good for me. I don't even know what's in their deck. Maybe they have Essence Scatter, maybe they don't. And if they do have Essence Scatter, I can get my guy back with Possessed Scab. They do not have Essence Scatter. Bounding Krasis. Okay. And you'll notice I'm writing down their cards. It's partially a focusing mechanism for myself. And partially a... This is like how I keep track of things. So like if I do go to game 3, I like have like know what's in their deck type vibes. Okay. So here we're going to go... We already have enough swamps and stuff. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. Pilgrim's Eye. And that makes our Gust of Wind cheaper. And then we will attack. We're not really planning on blocking the Bounding Krasis with our Murmuring Mystic anyway. Maybe they wouldn't make the bluff attacks. Maybe I should still hold this guy back. Because it's like a % chance they don't attack. Because I could triple block it, I guess. No blocks. Okay. Now that I'm holding up Ob Nixilis' Cruelty, I'm a lot less worried about them attacking in with this guy, because if they do have a pump spell, I can kill it in response. And I think we're going to win this game. Because now, just think about the way this ends up working out. Okay. Okay, buddy. Because now if they have like a fight spell or something, I can kill their guy in response to them using it. Because the way this works out with Essence Scatter, I feel like, I can't remember if I made this point, but like, hopefully, even if I did, you're seeing it in action now. If I drew a random 2-drop here, like a 2-mana 1/1 Death Touch, it'd be fine. Or if I drew like an Archaeologist, because my 2-drops are good. But like, imagine I had just a bunch of 2-mana 2/2s in the deck. So this is exactly why I did it this way. Because like, now if they have their fight spell, I can kill their guy in response. Okay. So it's still like a 3-for-1 or whatever. And I'm going to get my guy back right away. I'm kind of out of spells anyway. I'm actually just going to get back the Ob Nixilis' Cruelty. But like now, instead of drawing like a random 2-mana 2/2, I have a card that can counter their 6-drop. So it's like essentially my 2-drop is like a kill spell, kind of. I think the Ob Nixilis' Cruelty, I traded the Ob Nixilis' Cruelty for Savage Punch, Colony Ambush, and their guy. So it was like a 3-for-2. I still came out ahead, and I got a bird. Huh. Sure. Sure. So basically, because I could answer that, I didn't want to like then have them play like a 6/6, and I can't answer that. But my Essence Scatter can answer that, and I'm always going to have enough mana to hold up the Essence Scatter. Got the win. Let's go. So we're up a game. They have Savage Punch. Colony Ambush. Nessie and Asp. Goreclaw. Also compare it to like Voyaging Satyr. So Voyaging Satyr falls off a cliff in the late game. Like that card was really bad for them there because it doesn't have like some scalability. Whereas I got to be like chill with my Essence Scatter and be like, okay, well I can just save that for their big threat. Okay, so this is going to be a slower matchup, I think. I think I can afford to play that. I also am just going to bring in Baleful Eidolon because Death Touch is really good against those sorts of decks. Devour Flesh, sometimes not as good because they have things like Voyaging Satyr, but I'm still going to bring it in, I think. Because if against like Goreclaw and stuff, it's pretty reasonable. So that's going to be how I adjust there. And then I'm going to cut... Actually, I don't really want the Devour Flesh. I think I can just... I'd rather have Baleful Eidolon, but I don't really like that Devour Flesh. I could play Read the Bones. I think I'm going to bring in Read the Bones on the play, but on the draw, I'm not going to. Bounce spells are really good against them, so Gust of Wind is nice. Essence Scatter is great against ramp decks. I think I'm just going to cut the Shipbreaker Kraken because I think I'm going to kind of dominate them in the late game anyway. Though they can't really answer a 6/6 very well in their blue-green deck. On the draw, maybe I also just cut the Treasure Cruise. It's not going to matter as much. Yeah, I'm just going to bring in a Death Toucher for a card draw spell. Because on the draw, I just want to make sure I don't get like run over by a Goreclaw. And like if I have a 1/1 Death Toucher, they're not going to be able to do what they need to do with their Goreclaw. I have plenty of card advantage for this matchup, I think. This is a great hand. No Essence Scatters right now, but that's fine. Okay, they're ramping. Hopefully this finds me a kill spell of some kind. I will take the Essence Scatter. So they can have 4 mana this turn. Sure. I'm actually just going to like hold up Essence Scatter. Because they can cast a 5-drop this turn, and that could be scary. So I'll just take 2 for a couple turns if they want to just attack with both their guys. Like, if we're both not doing anything, I'm okay. Like, I took 2 damage there, and they also did nothing on their turn. And now I have a second Essence Scatter. And, like, I'm going to be hitting my land drops, and eventually I'll just go Jesse and Thief, hold up Essence Scatter. Like, us both doing nothing benefits me greatly. Because I'm also just digging for removal spells. Because if I find one removal spell, I can cast it 3 times. So they have Kiora's Follower. So they have a couple of turn 2 ramp plays. They have a District Guide, but they're not using it for splashing. It's almost a waste if you don't use your District Guide for splashing, kind of like how I have my Pilgrim's Eye and I'm not splashing with it, but I think it's still fine. Okay, they're hitting land drops too. When you're both hitting land drops, you don't really feel forced to cast spells sometimes, but like my spells stay relevant in the late game for longer. Scatter does lock them down, and that's why Archaeologist is like a better card than like that other 3-drop that I took Archaeologist over the 3-mana 1/3, because it just completely changes how I get to play this game. So now I just get to counter this. And they don't even get to attack me. They're doing that so that they can clear the way for their next big threat, but it literally doesn't matter because I have another one that I'm going to be able to... And now I've got the ground locked up. And, like, next turn I'm going to be able to play Archaeomancer, get back S and Scatter. Like, there's almost no way they can win this, it feels like. Unless they have an uncounterable creature. Unless they're casting, like, a 7-mana... Yeah. I don't even need to read that card. Yeah. And if I draw another land, I can Baleful Eidolon onto my Jessian Thief and then just start attacking them. Sure. Do they have a Bounding Graces? No? Okay. They can triple block this. This is kind of a devastation matchup right now. Oh my gosh, they're triple blocking. And it's got Death Touch, so all 3 of their guys die. And I can just possess Scab back my guy if I need to. Okay. Oh my gosh. And I keep my 1/1. Oh my gosh, that's insane. I'm almost like tempted not to keep writing down their cards because their cards don't matter. Like, I feel like there's almost no way I can lose this game. But yeah. Okay, well, first up we're going to go this guy. I'm going to get back Nightveil Spectre, actually. But I'm not going to go Shields down. Okay. Shipbreaker Kraken. Just keep digging out cards from my deck. This will start pressuring them. Okay, they have a Sylvan Primordial too. That is the sort of card that could get them back in it. Because it's a draw 3, I can't really counter it. But at the same time, I've got a pretty good position still. Especially because a lot of their removal spells are based on having creatures in play that are big. Urban Evolution is a problem, though. So I can cast half of the spells that I find with this. Like any blue spells I can cast. And then if I find a forest, I can like play the forest. Also worth noting, so you see I have 9 lands out here, and then I only have like 6 more real lands in the deck because I have 3 Salundi Visions. Speak of the devil. Hey, thanks, Connor. Welcome in. So far, so good. I think we're doing pretty well in this match. This is the first match. We're up a game, and we're in pretty good shape. The only card they could really cast was Urban Evolution. Their creatures are kind of on lockdown. I got this one. Possess Scab can get back another Essence Scatter, so their creatures are kind of not getting through, I don't think. Yeah, things are going pretty well. My deck is pretty sick, too. I have a Master of Waves in here. I'm hoping that my opponent is awaiting their inevitable defeat. Hopefully Nightveil Spectre hits something nice. The fact is, there's some cards, there's not a lot of relevant cards they have. Like, if they found like a big enough creature to like fight spell my Nightveil Spectre or my other guys. Oh my gosh, that's going to be good when I find the stuff I need for it. Because Nightveil Spectre is not like other ones, so I need to find my stuff still. Okay, I'm just going to take Essence Scatter number 2. That feels safest. Then I'll end the turn. So they can cast whatever non-creatures they want. Yep, we'll counter that guy. One of the reasons we're countering Goreclaw is because Goreclaw lets them have a fight spell available for pretty much whatever else they want to do. And also it's a 4/3, so it can trade with a Scab. We have to counter this one. And this could just find another Essence Scatter. That's a good draw. Okay, first thing we're going to do is attack. Yes! Woo! Up a match. Let's go. Huge win. See you folks next round. Welcome to round 2. On the draw, we can't keep a one-lander here, sadly. I was just saying, I wish I could play against my opponent's deck every time. Okay, we're going to just cut the swamp because we can find another land with Pilgrim's Eye. But yeah, I think I could... I'm fairly confident I could beat my opponent's deck like 9 times out of 10 just based on what they had, because Essence Scatter just destroys them. So this is a more controlling matchup, maybe. So Treasure Cruise is going to be great here. Yep, we will get rid of that. Don't really want to deal with that, fueling their strategy. We will get another swamp here. My hand isn't the best right now, but they're not doing anything, so that's helpful. Play the Spectre. So what is in their hand? Are they trying to play another color? It doesn't seem like it. Silumgar Butcher, sure. Are they exploiting itself to kill the Spectre? They are. So they played 5 mana to kill my 3-drop. Pretty reasonable. Okay. So I've got 2 cards there. There's going to be the 3rd. Yeah, I really don't want to deal with that. And also I'm fueling my graveyard for Treasure Cruise here anyway. I whiffed? That's horrifying. I have so many instants and sorcerers in my deck. I'm gonna leave Essence Scatter in my graveyard, so actually I don't have any 1-drops in the deck anyway, so I might as well just leave the Nightveil Spectre too, so I can get that back with my Scab thing. I mulliganed and I missed on my Salundi Vision, but that's okay. Totally fine. Archaeomancer's is going to get back Treasure Cruise, so I'll have plenty of cards. Okay, so they can get back a card from their graveyard. We're actually just going to do it this way. Sure. Nicely done, opponent. Oh, no. That's a card that could beat me. That could definitely beat me. My gosh. Got a bad feeling about this. So this thing's plus, they destroy another planeswalker. They get a plus, they get a beast token. They can kill one of my guys, but then they would lose their guy. Well, this is literally recursion right now. That's why I'm afraid of it. This card recurs it. So I don't need to get back Treasure Cruise because my Archaeomancer can get that back. So I'm going to go this. And I'm going to get back my Night Veil. And then I'm going to play the Night Veil. Essence Scatter cannot stop Garruk. So let's just start writing down their cards. They have Nyx Weaver ×2, which is kind of bad for me. But I can counter that a lot of the time. They've got Silumgar Butcher. Maybe I wasn't supposed to counter their Zathrid Necromancer. Yeah, they're getting back their Garruk. Yeah. Zathrid Necromancer.
I am Predator, you are prey. Coming through.
Huge draw there. So I can now kill the Garruk.
Why wasn't I strong enough?
Okay, so they've Zathrid, they've got Goreclaw. Ultimate price. Okay, well, we have responses, buddy. Essence Scatter me. Nope. Okay. Okay. See what we find with this. If they have a discard spell, I'm going to regret this, but other than that, I should be fine. They're playing Treasure Cruise themselves. That's crazy. And Tuco Husk, sure. I'm never getting back Celindy Vision. And I already have a Cruelty to get back, so I'll exile these two. They have a Colony Ambush. I'm going to know most of their deck. They have a Gorehound, Dreadhound. Yep. Yep, they get to sack it. No worries. They have a Nantuko Husk. No! Crawl Harpooner. They have Shamanic Revelation. Did I write down Garrick yet? No, I have not. Garrick is insane. Ultimate price as well. Okay. Do this. Yep. Horrible. Look at how it wants to tap my mana. That's terrifying. I guess I couldn't have cast this anyway. Okay, commune with gods. Yes! They have a Nightveil Spectre too. Okay, so they're just looking at their deck. They've got more of a value engine than a like beat me down type engine. Crawl Harpooner could be annoying against like any small flyers I have, but I only have this guy, and that's a fine card that I want to play anyway. I don't think I need the Baleful Eidolon. I do want Read the Bones, I think. I think Devour Flesh could also be good. So I sideboard like that. I want to bring in... I already brought in one Read the Bones. I don't think I want to bring in two of them on the draw. Maybe I'd rather bring in a Read the Bones over that guy, because he's going to not do a ton anyway. Yeah. Seems reasonable. Bring in some card draw and an extra removal and take out one of my random cards. I'm going to bring in the Nimbus Naiad, I think, too. Because this card is one of the best ways to deal with the Garrick if it comes into play. And then what would I cut for that? Maybe Master of Waves. Yeah. Ugh. Their deck is pretty... Like, I pretty much don't care about their deck except for Garrick. I think I was a little bit fortunate to beat the Garrick that time. I don't think Rapid Hybridization can kill Garrick. It can only kill creatures, which is also unfortunate. Can't counter the Garrick. Okay, well, on the draw, can we keep this? I don't think so. This is much better. It's funny because I was actually kind of planning on not taking the card anyway, because I want to be able to block this guy. I'm gonna Obnixilus is this guy, but post combat. Did I write down Dragmangler? Nope. Sure. Yeah, I think this is one of those games where if they draw Garruk, I'm just gonna lose. Do they have Treasure Cruise? Yes, they do. No, it's a Gurmag Angler. Gosh, please have this card be in the Garruk be in the bottom 15 cards of your deck. Oh my gosh, that's a huge. I was terrified. They played that so fast. Yes, read the bones. We're reading the bones. I don't need the lands. I'll draw a land eventually. There's a do all the way. Treasure Cruise. That's unfortunate. I'm just on the defensive plan, but if they have a Garruk, I lose, so. Sure. I think they have ultimate price in their hand, which is why I'm doing this so slow. Okay, I think I want the Nimbus Naiad the most. Maybe I'd rather just get Read the Bones. Yeah, I just gonna hopefully they don't draw their guy. Yep.
Armor fertile. Time to cut loose.
That could be good down the line.
Watch yourself, buddy.
Yep.
Let's hunt.
Please sacrifice Nintuko Husk. Yes. Come on. Well, that's just about the worst thing that could have happened. Oh my gosh, I'm just gonna lose because they have a Garruk in their deck. Oh my gosh.
This is gonna be fun.
Oh my gosh. Of course they have that. Oh my gosh. It's so brutal. If they had not drawn Garruk, I would have been able to win this. I might have, I don't know if I could have won this if I had got back my Nimbus Naiad at some point. I just don't have any answers to this. It's just, oh my gosh. Oh man. Problem is if I play this guy, I was trying to find a avenue to play this guy, but they just played a -3 Garruk. They're not going to let me Monstrous the Kraken because they can kill it. Garruk kills it.
Scared yet?
Come on, kill spell. That's my only hope. And them having nothing. Yep. Gosh. Garruk is so messed up. Oh my gosh. I can't counter their non-creatures. It's just like the reality of life. This can't kill that. Nope. Hmm. So knowing they have ultimate price. Stuff like that. I don't really want the Kraken as much. I'd rather have Windrider Patrol. Because that can like threaten Garruk a lot better. And then cut one of those for one of those. The 5-drop to kill a Garruk token. This doesn't line up very well. I don't have to go to stuff to sacrifice. I could bring in Master of Waves, but they kill Master of Waves. Garruk is such a problem. I just literally, I needed that to be in like the bottom 10 cards of their deck, and I would have won that like very easily, I think. Or just like find a way to get my Kraken into play. Okay, this is a good hand. And they're mulliganing. Let's go. Every mulligan is so helpful for me. I mulliganed last game. Or I mulliganed game 1. Or whatever. It's kind of unlucky to whiff on that one. Like, ugh. I know they have Dragmangler, but I can Essence Scatter a Dragmangler. Just gonna hope they don't have ultimate price, because other than that, I don't know if they can kill this very well. Okay to be slightly tilted. So they're missing land drops. I'm still just going to take Read the Bones here. This is like an Essence Scatter almost. Goreclaw. They've used their ultimate price. Gurmag Angler. Well, that's interesting. Silumgar Butcher. Gonna get back my Murmuring Mystic. And then I'll triple block Gurmag Angler. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm hoping to do. Murmuring Mystic is one of my ways I could beat Garruk if I can make enough flyers with it. Nyx Weaver, sure. No! Garruk is here. And they have the land for it. Gosh frickin' darn it. At least I have a board state. And the cruelty. Oh, this is going to be huge. They might not even be able to get the Garrick back. Price off the top is huge. Like, can they get back the Garrick? They're going for it. I think we've got him. This Murmuring Mystic is going to clutch up for me. Is there like a 1-mana kill spell? Like they could 1-mana like play a thing that kills this guy? No, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. One, two, three. That's a hilarious line. He literally says, that was a short hunt. Treasure Cruise, let's freaking go. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. Ancestral Recall, let's go. Yes! Yes! We beat the Garrick! Yes! Oh my gosh, that Garrick was so terrifying. Oh my gosh, yes! Oh, what a win! Oh my gosh. Yes! Oh my goodness. That was like a crazy matchup. They also exiled their Manglers. Oh my gosh. Yes. Did you see the sideboarding tech? We played every single Read the Bones in our deck, and we played one of them twice. We played like 3 Read the Bones. So that sideboard came in so clutch. Oh my gosh, what a win. We're 1 win away from being in day 2. See you folks. I mean, draft 2. See you folks next round. Welcome to another round. Let's hope our opponent does not have a crazy good Planeswalker. Oh, what a hand. What a hand. Oh, on the play. Okay. I'm very pleased. That last match was very satisfying to win. It's black-green. It's black-green. What do we do? What do we do? Act normal. Hoping for a Obnixlus's Cruelty. I will take an Essence Scatter. Possessed Scab, getting back Possessed Scab is pretty satisfying for the late game. Okay, the Screecher. Definitely going to go Thief. Not going to hold up Essence Scatter here. Alex, thank you so much for the subscription. I appreciate the support. Murmuring Mystic, one of my best cards. Fell Stinger's pretty solid. Oh dear, I kind of wish I had countered that. But they know I have the counter spell. It's unfortunate the way this is working out here. Like, Gnarlback Rhino could really mess me up here. Okay. I kind of need, like, a proactive spell. But for the time being, their Gnarlback Rhino doesn't have anything to target it, which is really huge for me. They're playing some sort of Gates deck, maybe, which is problematic. For the time being, we just hang tight. They don't call it the Wall of Essence Scatters for nothing. Okay, that's a good draw. So the reason I'm playing this Lindy Vision is because I need something to get back with the Archaeomancer if I draw a land or something. I hope they go for like a bait spell so they can resolve their good spell. I'm living in fear of a Savage Punch right now. Hopefully this finds an ultimate price. They have no idea how many scatters are coming their way. Yes, the cruelty. That's huge. That's just what I needed. No. I do not like you, opponent. I'm going to get it back with Archaeomancer, though. So they're just playing this for a gate. So they're playing a green. Oh, no, they're playing black. Gosh, my fear has been realized. Not a big fan of Whip of Erebos for me here. Though the fact that I have these cruelties is going to be really good. Okay, let's just write down some of their cards that we've seen. Even if they have a kill spell, they're using it on a 1/1. Sure. Asp, sure. This could be a Master of Waves angle down the line. Maybe I was just supposed to kill that so I could draw a card with Jesse and Thief. Yeah, that was probably better. Okay. I feel like I'm going to lose this game. I think I'm dead. I think this gives me the best shot. So I wrote down Fell Stinger. Let's just write down some more cards. Sajiri Shelter really blew me out. Like, they're not even playing white cards and they got the Sajiri Shelter going. Savage Punch. Gnarlback. Rhino. Selesny. Charm. Zathrid. Necro. Read. The Bones. Dang it. I honestly think I would have won this game if they hadn't had that last spell. Like, I had a shot. Okay, well, this card was annoying. The Whip of Erebos was also really annoying. Seems like a kind of slowish Abzan deck. So they have a couple cards that are really good against Secure the Wastes. Waste. Nessian. Asp. What's this guy called? Basilica Screecher. Voyaging Satyr. They have Whip, which I can't really deal with ever. They have Imperious Oligarch. Um, so I don't really want Baleful Eidolon against them because they have a bunch of like 1/1s and stuff. 1/2s. It seems okay against some of their stuff. Maybe I want one. Read the Bones is coming in. Probably both copies. Maybe I actually want more of these. And what do I not want? I'll cut one Salundi Vision. And yeah, the way that game lined up was just so unfortunate. I'll only bring in one Read the Bones for now. When I'm on the play, I guess. I don't know. I didn't get to cast a single Essence Scatter really that game, at least the way I wanted to. Yep. I think Jesse and Thief's better. It's straight up card draw. If I'd played the Spectre, I could have Gusted, of Winded, and Essence Scattered. Maybe I misplayed already. But to be fair, I don't want a Gust of Wind that anyway. Maybe suboptimal lines here. I thought like I could just bounce whatever they played that turn and be okay. Okay, I am. I'm totally fine. We're gonna win this game now. Okay. They have a Nissa. Okay, that's good to know about. So I'm using Essence Scatter now because then I can ultimate price on my turn. Sure, they're reading the bones. It's funny because, yeah. Oh, man. So I have a chance to hit a land from them and a land from myself, which is kind of nice. They might be going for Gnarlback plus Savage Punch. So maybe I was supposed to try and hold up the ultimate price or something. But they can only kill one of my guys. Okay. +2/+2 and has reach, eh? Okay. So they're clearly holding up Sajiri. Not what we needed. But that's okay. I'll just make them hold up their mana for a while. I can go for this on end step or something, and then get it back, and it's all good. And if I can get a second green, I can play this. Sure. I assume they have Sajiri step, but I'll trade this. Because it fills my graveyard too. Wow. Okay. Well, in that case... Selesnya Charm. Sure. I guess I could have attacked with this. It has Death Touch. I should have attacked with Jesse and Thief. I like just totally whiffed on the fact that I had enchanted it to have Death Touch. Okay, there's a whip, there's a Gnarlback. Luckily they can't... Oh, this is an enchantment artifact, of course, of course. Giving all their stuff lifelink is really annoying. I also was considering attacking with this thing and then doing double Salundi, because I still forgot this had Death Touch. This would have been a really good attack to make. They put a bunch of creatures into their graveyard too. They have a Savage Punch. I already have that on my list, right? Yep. They have Commune with the Gods. Nessian Asp. They have a couple of Gnarlbacks. Gosh, this is so intense. We're turtling. We're in good shape here. The whip is scary, but they didn't deploy it. Now they deploy it. They can gain their 4. Okay, that's unfortunate. They have Sajiri Step, they'll have to use it now. Yep. Because they were going to gain the life anyway. I wanted to see if they'd tap out for something. I almost double blocked their guy, and then I could have gone for some stuff. So they can just like bring back a big guy, hit me with it for a turn. Getting another exile spell is pretty important, I think. Sure. It's unfortunate I could have put some of my big guys on the bottom. Okay, well, I'm going to Obnixilus's Cruelty that one. But I can wait. Because what I want to be able to do is, because I'm definitely crueltying this. Because I don't want them to get the 2/2s from these things dying. Oh, these aren't humans. These are just warriors. Okay, that's good to know. But I want to be able to have a target that I don't mind using this on. I have some really good draws left too. I have like a Murmuring Mystic and stuff. Or another human. This is not a human. I don't actually want to cast the Archaeologist. That was a bit of a mistake. Bit of a blunder, you could say. I should ascribe this to the bottom. It actually might cost me big time. Because having an extra draw step would matter. I'm basically looking for my Kraken guy. Basically, the reason I couldn't just sit tight... I mean, I should ascribe this to the bottom 100%. That could lose me the game. But the reason I couldn't just sit tight with my defenses against them and hope they deck is because if they find a kill spell, they just kill this thing, and then they can just like attack me a couple times, and it's like kind of problematic. Like, I can answer their creatures to some degree. But because they get like extra 4 power attacker every turn, it's kind of hard to stabilize potentially. That's a really annoying card. So I get to bring back something from the graveyard. Sure. And then they'll whip it back. Oh, and then I do take some damage, yeah. Maybe I should have just crueltied it. Because then I wouldn't get hit with it. Yeah, the Basilica guy. It's so annoying. If this thing was on the bottom, I just need to find my Kraken or my Murmuring Mystic, but because I have one less turn than I should, because I didn't scry this to the bottom, it might be too late. Especially for the Kraken. Like, I need the Kraken, like, pretty soon. Maybe I should have let them deck out. Or maybe yeah. Whip of Arrows is pretty annoying. There's Mystic. Does Solendi let you choose any order? Right, random order, so I really don't know what the Kraken is. The problem is they can like 8-man block my thing. They might just let the Jesse and Thief hit to draw a card. Okay, I was kind of hoping they'd block the Thief, not gonna lie. Because what I'm trying to do is kill as many of these things as possible, so I can get rid of chump blockers for the Kraken down the line. Yeah, that's the block that they should be making, 100%. Like, I'm trying to draw Kraken this draw step. 1 and 4. Because they gain so much life here. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Gosh, my last 3 cards are actually so good here. If I had just drawn the Kraken. Oh my gosh. Kraken or Master of Waves, honestly. Oh my gosh. For a second, I thought they were doing themselves. Oh, man. That's so brutal. If I had drawn this Kraken like 10 turns ago, or my Master of Waves like 10 turns ago, or they just didn't have a Whip of Erebos, it's like the thing that my deck can't beat is like non-creature spells that are just like gaming. I feel like that game I maybe played slightly cowardly. I knew they had the Sajiri Shelter. I probably should have attacked with Jesse and Thief that one turn that I didn't. And then once they had the Secure the Wastes, I actually was never going to win the decking battle. If I'd scribed this to the bottom, I would have gotten my Murmuring Mystic going slightly sooner, but it wouldn't have mattered. I wouldn't have been able to kill them in time to beat that thing. Oh, that was just so rough. The way this lined up was so tricky. I could have killed like any like normal sized creatures and stuff, but Secure the Waste is just like a beating there. And Whip of Erebos, I literally can't beat that card. Like I needed to have Shipbreaker Kraken like 20 turns ago, or like Master of Waves like 20 turns ago. Gosh, that's so frustrating. I feel like I kind of had like a good situation in this game for a while. Then the card that really got me was Leaf Crown Dryad because I couldn't keep hitting them with my my Night Veil Spectre. Maybe I was supposed to keep the Night Veil Spectre in the graveyard and then get that with my Possessed Scab or something instead of leaving Ultimate Prize. The Sajiri Shelter was really annoying. Oh man. Well, we still have one more shot to make day 2. Unfortunately, we lost that game, but it's one of those ones where I feel like I could have won if things had either lined up better or if I had played slightly better, maybe. Yeah, that's the Whip of Erebos is no joke. Like that card's like unbeatable in the late game. I don't know. I feel like there was like the also like the Wind to Essence Scatter. Like Essence Scatter loses all value against Whip of Erebos against certain things. Like the War Kite coming back and gosh. Maybe I'll watch that game back later and see if I could have won it. But it was just unfortunate that like all of my big hitters, which are like my normally you don't need these in your deck, but like sometimes you need to have like the heavy hitter to make that makes like 6/1 creatures, and that was kind of what I needed here. I think though this card Secure the Wastes really won them that game. The Whip of Erebos, I could have beaten Whip of Erebos if they didn't have this Secure the Wastes, because I could have like chipped in for damage and like killed all their stuff, but that plus 10 tokens was too much. Oh well. Welcome to the final round. We're off to a good start winning the die roll. Have a great hand. I'm not actually going to play the Salundi Vision. Normally I would, but because I only have 2 other spells and they're mulliganing, and because it's so good with the Jessian Thief, giving a prowess trigger, I'm going to keep it for now. I just keep wondering if I could have won that game. I have enough spells that I'd rather play the Jessian Thief onto an empty board. Exactly. Perfect. This is the best card I could have drawn, maybe. Yeah, red-green is probably my best matchup. Maybe I should have kept the Salundi Vision so I could just attack into a thing like that, but I felt like I was going to bounce pretty much whatever they played. Sure. I don't care about the Leaf Crown Dryad. I don't even really care about... I care about the second one a little bit. Because then they can double block. They're just getting absolutely hosed. I don't need a couple of 2/1s right now. I'll just hold up Essence Scatter so they can't play anything to stop my Thief from taking over. This seems like maybe the easiest matchup of the day, hopefully. Yeah. I mean, my deck is very good. But this is definitely the matchup for, like, a lot of my sideboard cards to shine. Boundary Lands Ranger. Okay. It doesn't have reach, though, which is kind of funny. I'm going to bring in my Devour Flesh, because that's good against red-green, generally. And I'm going to bring in another Death Toucher. And I'm going to cut Pilgrim's Eye, because they have a bunch of reach guys, so the 1/1 body doesn't do much. So I'd rather just, like, play the land over it, honestly. And not being able to chip in is a factor. And I don't think I need to read the bones for this matchup, probably. I have enough card advantage already. Protection from red could be good for this guy. So my last cut will be, for now... Yeah, I'm going to cut Cruise on the draw. I have plenty of card advantage here. I think I'll be able to just 2-for-1 them with the stuff I have. I don't need to rely on Cruise. They're red-green. They don't have card draw. I cut Cruise in the first round. Okay, we got a great hand here. Honestly, I'm tempted always to like save this to put it on the Jesse and Thief. In this situation, I'm just going to play this because I could use it for the Thief, but I don't have anything crazy going. Okay. Bum, bum, bum. Taking Essence Scatter because they'll just sacrifice this guy. Sure. I'm always blocking that. Okay. They're playing 3-mana 2/2 reach creatures. Oh, no, there's a 2-mana 2/2. Huh, yeah. Yeah, none of these things are that scary for me right now. Next turn I can play Eidolon and hold up Scatter, or Archaeologist hold up Scatter. Okay, Glade Cover Scout's actually kind of terrifying, not gonna lie. They have a lot of bestow creatures. That could be bad, but I have a Death Touch. That's huge. I'm gonna save this to bestow it onto something. I don't think my opponent knows how their cards work. That's also going to help me out here. I think I'm going to win this game. They just chump blocked my 1/3 and suicided their Savage Punch. And I have Essence Scatter and Obnixilas and Archaeomancers and Master of Waves. Yeah, I don't want that to come into play. Sorry, bud. They have 1 card in hand. I'm at 18 life. They have a bunch of 2/2s. Maybe I should have just played Master of Waves. I'm just trying to like cover my bases here. Like, yes! After a really stressful match that I felt like I got, like they had a couple cards I just couldn't deal with. It's nice to like cruise to a victory. Really, really straightforward win. And we're on to draft 2. Let's go. It feels good to qualify for draft 2. Always nice. I feel like I played really well, and sideboarding especially came in really clutch. Like that one time where I sideboarded in, I read the bones to like win the matchup essentially was pretty good. So that was really awesome. And we've made it to day 2, draft 2. I won't be able to play it for a while because the draft 1 is still going on, but I will be making the video for it, of course. And hopefully we can have a deck that is as sweet as this one, or maybe even sweeter, though that's going to be hard because this deck was awesome. The Possessed Scabs did a lot of work as card advantage. Archaeomancers were good. We didn't really use the Master of Waves, but it was still good to have. Shipbreaker Kraken, similarly, like nice top end for when we needed it. And then the Nightveil Spectre, Jesse and Thief combo is just like running away with the game was awesome. And of course, 4 Essence Scatters were really good in that first match and that last match, just really key cards. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. I had a ton of fun making it. If you did make it all the way till the end, in the comment section down below, leave hashtag scatter because we really got to make use of this card a lot, and it was really a lot of fun. So hashtag scatter to let me know you made it all the way to the end of the video. Remember to hit that thumbs up button if you did enjoy it, subscribe for more, and comment with your questions, thoughts, and feedback. And then if you would like to find me streaming live, you can find me at twitch.tv/NicolaiBolas. And if you would like to support my channel, you can do so via the Patreon, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. I really do hope you enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun making it. That loss was unfortunate, but that's how it goes. You can't win them all. And at least it was a very interesting match with lots of decisions. So that's all you can hope for. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll talk to you next time.